Hey everyone, this is Carlos Martinez coming to you live from my home in Chicago. I hope whenever you're watching this, whether it's the live or the replay, that you're having an amazingly blessed day doing what you love to do with those that you love in freedom, right? So, folks, I'm here to tell you an amazing story. It's a story of encouragement, a story I was reading recently. And folks, those of you that know me know that I love stories. That's probably why I love movies so much, right? But yeah, so just hang on tight for just a second. Let me say hello to a few amazing people, see who's popping on, who's hanging out today, who's out there crushing their goals, taking massive action, getting out of their comfort zone. What's going on, my sister? How's it going? Kimberly Ray, you are amazing. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you. All right, folks, so you guys are awesome, so thank you for joining my live. Kimberly Ray and everybody else, I hope you guys get value from this. Joaquin, what's up, my brother? How's it going, my man? Folks, I'm here to tell you about an amazing story, all right? And hopefully this inspires you, because you know what, in this life, right? In this life, we're going to always have challenges. And that, so Jesus told us that the same thing, in this world, you're going to have problems. That's a part of life, right? You just got to stick through it. You got to pray. You just got to believe. You got to keep taking action. But this story really inspired me, and I hope it inspires you as well. And if it does, please share this out with other people. Just a message of hope. That's all this is, to keep pushing, keep going. So, folks, so anyway, I was reading this story about this amazing young man, okay? And so he was born in 1909. And, when he was 8 years old, okay, when he was 8 years old, so it was that 1909, so about 1917 or so, right? He was already in school, and his responsibility was to get to the schoolhouse early and turn on, like it was kind of like an old heat lamp, like an old heat stove kind of thing, right? So it was his responsibility, and the teacher gave him that responsibility, and he took it very seriously. His responsibility to turn it on, get there early, turn it on before the school started. And by the way, this is in the state of Kansas, so this is in Kansas, right? So kind of winter time, get there early and turn on the stove so that by the time the kids and the teacher gets there, the stove is nice and warm, and or the schoolhouse is already nice and warm and stuff. Okay. So anyway, well, one day he got there and he did what he was supposed to do. And then shortly thereafter, the teacher and the students get there and they found the schoolhouse burned to the ground, right? The schoolhouse was burned to the ground. And somebody had dragged out the little boy, burned badly on his lower half. So from his waist down, like burned badly. So they got him to the hospital, right? They got him to the hospital and the doctor says, much of his flesh is gone. So apparently, like the flesh from like his knees down had completely burned off, right? He had lost pretty much all his toes on his left foot. And he said, listen, he's in bad shape. It's better. The doctor's telling the mom. So this time, the mom's in the hospital talking to the doctor and, see what's going to happen to her son, right? And they said, listen, he's just better off dying because he's not going to have any legs and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, we probably should amputate him. And, the little boy kind of, still is kind of in a, subconscious, conscious mode. And he kind of wakes up and he says, no, mom, no, I want to keep my legs. So the mom didn't let the doctor, amputate the boy's legs. Right. So, and she said, as the boy started getting a little better, he says, it's better off that he dies. He's not going to have any mobility with his legs and stuff like that. But the boy had the determination to not let anyone take off his legs and not let anyone take away his life. And he had a strong determination to one day walk again. Okay, someday walk again. Well, finally he gets out of the hospital and he gets home, right? And he's pretty much wheelchair bound, right? There's nothing he can do. He's not walking. He has no mobility, no nothing. But one summer day, and I think it was either 1918, 1919, so a couple of years ahead of time here. He finally, and mom wheels him out to the backyard, and it's a beautiful day. And, there's a white picket fence in back, and he just has this strong determination to walk. So he gets himself off, off the wheelchair. He drags off, and he just using the grass, right? He drags himself over to the white picket fence. And, with great pain, but still great determination, he gets himself up on top of that picket fence, and he is determined to walk. Okay. Remember, he's got no use of his legs, and pretty much a lot, his flesh from his knees down is all burned off, right? But he has this great determination to walk. And so what he does day by day, by hanging onto the picket fence, he walks along the fence slowly but surely, just taking a step at a time, taking a step at a time, taking a step at a time, until he finally, after a couple of years, he starts to be able to walk slowly. And then and actually his mother even said that what happened was that he walked there was no more grass growing there because he kept on walking over the grass. But you know what? But his strong determination of wanting to walk, okay, he finally got the walk. But hang on, the story gets even better. Okay, but this young man, he just had the strong determination that I am going to walk. I am going to walk. So eventually, he starts to run, right? After continued determination, continued practice, and like, nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to walk. I'm going to run. He starts to get to the point where he's running. And then he gets to high school, right? He gets to high school and he joins the track team. He joins the track team, right? And then he gets to college and he joins the track team as well. Okay, and he becomes a very good runner. And then he gets to the Olympics. So in the Olympics, he was in the 1932 and the 1936 Olympics. Okay, and he ended up running, which at the time was the quickest mile. At the time, he had broken the record. He ran the mile at 4 minutes and 4 seconds. 4 minutes and 4 seconds. This was in 1938. He ran the mile 4 minutes and 4 seconds. And actually, that record stood for 3 years. And I think one of the person that beat it was obviously Roger Bannister. Like, I think it was 1954. He ran the mile, in under 4 minutes, kind of thing. But still, this young man, okay, and I'll tell you his name in just a second. All right, I'll tell you his name in just a second, right? But this young man just had a strong determination to keep going. All right, and he ended up winning. I think in 1932, he took fourth place. 1932 Olympics. In the 1936 Olympics, he took second place. He took home the silver medal, right? And then after that, he got out and he ended up getting his master's degree from the University of Iowa, and then he got his doctorate's degree, right? Doctorate's degree from the New York University. I think it's either New York University or New York State University. He got his doctorate's degree, and then he ended up being the director of physical education at Cornell College, right? The director. So imagine, here's a guy with no mobility, who the doctor thought was never going to walk. First, the doctor thought he was never going to live, then never walk and never have any mobility, to go on to become, an Olympian, a silver medalist, and then get a PhD and become the director of physical education at a college, okay? And then after that, still get, in 1974, get inducted into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame, which is located in New York, right? And then to end his life, he ended up opening up like a foundation to help abused and troubled youth. So his family said, God bless me, right? So I want to give back. So just amazing thing that this man did. And this guy's name is Dr. Glenn Cunningham. Dr. Glenn Cunningham. I had never heard of this guy before, but just an amazing, amazing story of perseverance, right? Amazing story of perseverance, an amazing story of determination, so when the going gets tough, you just keep going. And the one scripture that he hung on to more than anything else, all right? The one scripture that he hung on to more than anything else was the scripture of Isaiah 40:31, right? And the scripture Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." Isaiah 43. So very powerful. He hung on to that scripture, right? And that was the thing. Like all his life, he hung on to that scripture. That was what determined, like, hey, God is with me. I'm just going to rely on God. I'm going to do the best that I can do, right? One of my favorite sayings is, just do your best and God does the rest. Do your best and God does the rest. So again, just an amazing, amazing story of this Glenn Cunningham. And if you're struggling in life, the message this is just, as I said earlier, this is just a message of hope. If you're struggling in life, okay, whatever that may be, maybe it's with your health, maybe it's with a troubled marriage or troubled relationship, maybe, your children have gotten onto a bad road and they're in drug addiction or whatever the case may be, or maybe you're struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, or you just lost your job, or, you started a new online business and you're still struggling. Whatever the struggles are, make the decision, make the determination that you are going to keep going. You are going to walk, you're going to run, you're going to wait on God, and he shall renew your strength, and you shall mount up on eagle's wings, just like the eagles, right? You're going to be flying among the eagles. So folks, you know what, like I said earlier, life can be tough, right? And as one of my favorite pastors, Greg Laurie, likes to say, right, he always says, hey, in life, you know, one of three things is always happening, right? And this is true. One of three things is always happening. You either just got out of a storm, you're in a storm, or you're about to go into one, right? So it just happens. If I was like, man, wait a second, I just got out of a storm and I was celebrating and I was good. Now I'm getting back into another storm. It's just a part of life. Just roll with the punches, make a determination that you're going to put forth the best effort that you can do, and you can achieve it at all costs, no matter what. But guess what? You are not alone, right? You're not alone. The more times, like every single time, I've noticed God's hand is always with me. And guess what? He's with you as well. You just keep pushing forward. You keep praying, and you continue in action no matter what. As I said earlier, do your best and God does the rest. All right. So folks, if you got value from this, please share this out with other people. Drop some hearts, folks. And folks, so here's the thing, and a little side note. Okay. If someone is sharing this thing with you, if someone shared this video with you, know that they believe in you, right? And they're going to encourage you. They're going to help you become the best version of the person that you were meant to be, the person that God called you to be. And if they share this with you, get back with that person. You know what? That person's going to help you. That's going to coach you. It's going to guide you. It's going to mentor you. All you got to do is make the decision to get started, right? And this is an amazing, amazing thing, amazing family that we have, just amazing believers, just people just helping and loving up on one another. Right? I've never been a part of this amazing family, this amazing business that we're in, just helping people with their health, helping people with their wealth. And folks, if they share this with you, it's because they care about you, right? So hopefully you guys got some good value from this. What's going on, Shelly Graham? You're amazing. The amazing Jerry West. What's up, my brother? Hey, Shelly Graham. We had one of those storms of our lives this summer, and God has used it to break us from exactly the storms. Storms come for a reason. They always come for a reason, and it's to break you out of your rut and get out and move forward in action, because he's got big plans for you, as he says in Jeremiah 29:11. What's up, Danica? Thank you for joining my live. You're amazing. Maggie Sages, how you doing, my sister? Joanne Altman, what's up? Joaquin and Kimberly Ray, and we got the amazing Ron Daring. Thank you, my brother, for joining my live. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are a blessing. And folks, remember, reach out and be kind to people, help other people out. You know what? Sometimes it just takes a word of encouragement just to lift them up for a little bit, and that can make all the difference in the world, right? So folks, if you got value from this, share this out with other people, drop some hearts, and until the next live, bye for now. Love you guys so much. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Have an amazing weekend, everybody.